Animals brighten our lives. Grateful Rescue TV. A look at the great things happening at Grateful Rescue and Sanctuary in Muncie, Indiana. Pamela shares the stories of people working to save dogs and cats. Grateful Rescue TV. I want to talk to you, and this is not sad. We're going to make it joyful. You recently lost your father.
Yeah.
And he was quite old, too. I mean, he lived a wonderful, long life.
He was 91, Patty, so he did live a good, long life. So
okay.
That's comforting.
And I met him. He was...
He loved you.
Ah!
He loved you.
He had such a good heart. You could just see right away that he was open and genuine, and he loved animals. He instilled the love of animals and dogs in you.
He loved dogs so much, and I know that's where I got my love of animals from Dad. And in fact, when he was too elderly to take care of a dog, Reese and I would go visit him, and so he called Reese his dog away from home. Reese would come on Therapy Thursdays.
Oh.
Is what we called it, every Thursday.
Oh.
And they grew to love each other very much.
Yes, and I know she took such good care of him at the end, including with Reese going to visit.
Yeah.
What did you learn from all of this? I don't want to make you cry.
I know.
But what had you learned more about love and more about life?
Yeah, well, I learned that you should take advantage of every moment you can with your parents. I was a daddy's girl, and for ages he would just ask me to come stay for one night.
Oh.
And just so we can visit, and I ended up staying with him the last 10 days of his life, and I'll never regret that. It was sad, but we talked about his passing. We talked about how wonderful his life was, and he begged me not to cry. He said, "Don't cry.
Don't cry." So she got to say goodbye to.
She had closure. She knew that. I guess similar to if another dog friend would die, and they see that and they realize the life is left, and they have closure. If Reese just would have quit seeing Dad, that would have been a very sad thing for her, because she loved him so
he
much.
abandoned her. He didn't abandon her.
She would just wonder what happened to him, and so she saw him, and then right as we left, when everything was over, I lifted her up once more, and she gave him a kiss on the forehead. She smelled him and realized that he's no longer there.
Yeah.
But she kissed him goodbye.
He'll always be there, though.
Yeah. He'll always be with us.
Well, thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
I hope this helped you as well. It's part of life. And it's nice if our animals get to say goodbye as well. So.
It is. She's our little mascot, and she is rescued from Indianapolis Animal Care Services.
Yes.
A place near and dear to our heart.
Yes.
The Pitties there.
Speaking of pitties, you're doing something called the Project Pit Stop.
Yep.
Very important. Unfortunately, as we know, especially now with so many animals being surrendered, and the pit bulls are some of the first ones euthanized. It's even hard to say it.
It
so
is.
What are you doing to help?
It is specifically for the Indianapolis Animal Care Services pit bulls.
Okay.
That are at risk for euthanasia because of overcrowding. And it's a project that is headed by the Unsers and the Rahals.
Driving.
And that's where Project Pit Stop comes from.
Okay.
And it is a project for funding for housing for the pits. We got to save these little guys. Family quality pit bulls are losing their life every day.
And you've saved some, I know.
Reese was one of them.
Yeah, but like an hour before they were supposed to be euthanized.
Yeah.
And ones that said, "Oh, I'm too scared. I can't go up to this animal." And here they are kissing you.
Yeah.
You know, and going. So I gotta say, I have never met a responsible person, who owns a pit bull, and the pit bull was vicious. I never saw that.
No.
So you know, and if you need help, get a trainer. Also, know the background of the animal. And I always say when you love them, they love you back.
Yeah.
And they know that, so I think you're doing a wonderful
Oh,
thing.
thank
This
you.
is a big project.
It's a big project, but there's a lot more people out there than you think that love the pitties, and speaking to the bad rap of pitties, they just want to please their owner, and so people that want their dogs to be mean and protective and fight off others, they're going to do that because they
they're
think
strong. They're strong.
and
They can be
and
strong.
they are strong enough to do some damage, and they're trying to please their owner. But then you've got Reese was obviously showed love before she was brought in, and she's a loving dog.
She's a loving dog.
Speaking to the dog that everybody was afraid of, yeah, she was so afraid. Her name was Solar. Of course, on our trip home from IACS, I always stop by Arby's, get a half pounder, and I sit there and feed roast beef through the crate all the way home. So, and then by the time we're home, they get to know me, and they know that I'm a hand they can trust. And so these dogs are very misunderstood.
Yes.
And a little love goes a long way with them.
Spay and neuter too. That's very, very important.
Because there's so many.
Oh, yeah.
If we can prevent these litters from being born, they're not going to end up in the shelter.
Okay, so now the important thing is, how can people help you? I know you're doing a lot of this on your own, but we can help.
Yes, you can help, and you can be a part of the Pit Stop Project by going to our website, gratefulrescue.org. There's many options from getting a $100 brick put into the Pit Stop, all the way to funding a house.
We'll be back with more on Grateful TV. Race fans, we have a problem.
Pit bulls like Reese here being euthanized because Indianapolis shelters are full.
Grateful Rescue is launching Project Pit Stop to save these dogs from death row. Scan the QR code now to make a donation. Your money goes directly to building housing for homeless pit bulls.
Race car drivers and fans are pitching in, and you can too.
Pet Pals TV is a proud sponsor of Project Pit Stop.
And we're back at Grateful Rescue, and today we're joined by Carolyn Pope. She's a member of our Grateful Rescue family, and little Bella. Carolyn, tell us about what you do with Grateful.
Well, the main thing I really like to do is the events, and I coordinate with the volunteers, and I like to spend time with Pam and her family. This is Bella. Bella came from Grateful Rescue. We have had her for now a year. She's exceptionally spoiled. She loves all people. Her closet has more clothes in it than mine and Pam's probably combined. And she loves wearing them. She loves showing off. And we take her to other events, such as helping out other rescues. And so she's just been really good. She's a great therapy dog. We go to a lot of nursing homes. She's very popular, especially with the women at the nursing homes, because they can cuddle with her and she cuddles right back. So anyway, so she's expanded out in that way too.
And it's not just little cute puppy dogs she has. Carolyn, tell us about your amazing place.
Well, John and I have a farm out in Recky, Indiana. We have just over 100 rescue animals. We have just about anything you can think of. We have turkeys, Sebastopol geese, African geese. We have call ducks. We have mules. We have donkeys. We have many donkeys. We have many horses. We have some outside farm dogs. And pretty much about 90% of those animals were all rescues. Take up a large amount of our time each day. But you know what, if we didn't get up and do that every day, I'm not sure what else we'd be doing. So it's really important to us. And that's kind of like how John and I got together, and it's also how Pam and I got together, was through the rescue of animals and our love for doing just that.
And we have a special event coming up soon, and that is on September 7th at Morris Meadow.
Our new event is called Grateful Tail Wagging Showcase. I'm really excited about it because it's a new event. I love new events. It's kind of tough because you're not sure how they'll be attended. But the good thing about new events is the volunteers get excited because we're doing something different. And so I think this is going to be right where we need to be. This event is for everything for you and your dog. What I mean by that is we're having a 1 mile walk with the dogs. We're having a 1/4 mile parade with the dogs, and the theme for that parade is pet owner look-alike. So we encourage costumes for that. And then we're going to have a really fun dog show. And we have great events for that. Pam's favorite is we're going to have the most scruffiest dog in there. We're going to have the dog with the bluest eyes, the longest tail, the biggest dog, and several other categories, 12. And we'll have a winner out of each of those 12 categories. We're also going to have vendors, all who have pet products, and we're going to have food trucks. And I just think it's going to be a really good time. It's going to be at Morrow's Meadow in Yorktown. It's going to be from 1 to 5. We're also going to have microchipping available, which we all believe is very important.
And that is on September 7th. Sounds good. We can't wait. Thank you, Carolyn. And thank you. We'll see you there.
In this barn, it's a rescue, and it has over 100 animals, but it might not be what you expect.
We live just outside of Red Key, Indiana, on 6 acres. And what we do with most of our animals is we love to share them.
Carolyn Pope and John Betts have a big heart for rescuing animals, and they almost have too many rescues to count.
We have 5 miniature horses.
I got miniature donkey, I got mammoth jack stock, which is mammoth donkeys.
We have regular sized donkeys.
We've got peacocks, we've got Sebastopol geese.
We have Ancona ducks.
We've got Narragansett turkeys.
We have runner ducks, we have call ducks. We have the feeding goats, we have the regular goats that you saw over here. I can't count how many cats. The 3 dogs, and one of them came from Grateful. She's been with us for, it'll be 9 weeks tomorrow that she's been with us.
The one we got from Grateful is a little Bella, a little 4-pound Bella, and she is just an absolute doll. I mean, she, we already had 2 other little dogs, but we got her, and she just kind of like, she just completed the family. I think she just fit right in, and she's just an absolute doll. I mean, I've never seen a dog so small in my life, little 4 pounds of nothing there.
The one that started it all for our dogs, Dave, he'll be 9 in November. And Dave is also the one we started a Facebook page with. We retired him a year ago because of a degenerative disc disease, which is where Hudson came in. But all of our animals are fixed. The only thing that we have, or that we've added to, has been the peacocks and chickens, but that's very controlled.
With all these rescued animals, Caroline and John like to take time to give back to their community with the help from their rescued family.
My favorite thing, nothing I love any more than taking the dogs or one of the animals to nursing homes, because they absolutely love it. And we look for the residents who don't have visitors, don't have family or whatever. With the other animals, it's more about the kids. They get more to kids events, so we'll take them out. And a lot of kids, I mean, when they're holding our chickens, it's the first chickens they've ever held. Or they're petting a miniature horse, it's the first horse they've ever pet. And it's just things they don't get to see real often. I really love to do the events. Anytime I can share our animals at their events, that we always do. We also do a motorcycle ride for them that John and I do ourselves to help benefit Grateful.
They love to take time to help out Grateful Rescue whenever they can, going to events like Grateful Fest and volunteering their time with their rescues.
Pamela and the Grateful is just an awesome organization. It's just, like I say, we do everything we can for them. Anytime they need help, we're right there. And I just love being a part of what she is. I mean, it's just, Pam's got a great heart. I mean, she works tirelessly on what she does, and it's just anytime she needs our help, we're right there.
She and I, we think a lot outside the box because, you know, a lot of people do the same continuous type things. And so she just has a great heart. I mean, she has a great heart, especially for animals, for the people who've been with her for 4 or 5 years trying to help get this off the ground. So like I said, anything that I can do for her, I'm going to do 100%.
Both Caroline and John share a passion for caring for these animals, and it brought them together. John shared with us why he started rescuing in the first place.
I've seen a lot of different situations. I've seen a lot of animals not being taken care of very well. And it made me think, why am I raising these when there's so many of them out there that need my help anyway? So I quit raising mules and jack stock, and I just started rescuing them because I felt sorry for the conditions they were under. And because, this is not something you do just when you feel like it. This is morning and night you deal with this. I start out here at 2:30 in the morning every morning before I go to work taking care of all the animals. And then as soon as I get home at night, I'm back out here again for another 5-6 hours at night taking care of them.
To rescue as many animals as Caroline and John have, it takes a lot of passion and a lot of work. But they do this all out of love.
I love it when I come home and they see me pulling the driveway, all of them, from the chickens, the donkeys, the mules, all of them, they're just, they're welcoming me home when I get there. They can't wait. I think they want food's what they want, but they know you're home, and it's just, the whole place just comes to life whenever you pull in the driveway.
For Grateful Rescue TV, I'm Adam Byers-Dunn.
Gourmet cuisine, breathtaking views, and a vibrant space to connect and enjoy. Skyline Club Indy, 36 stories high above downtown Indianapolis. Join the club today and enjoy an elevated experience. Take part in a full schedule of events and special gatherings. Skyline Club Indy, a place to celebrate.
We're building a place where homeless animals find forever homes. A place where people connect with animals in a beautiful park. A place that brings people and pets together, building lifelong bonds. That place is the Grateful Rescue and Sanctuary, a proud partner with Best Friends Animal Society.
And now, are you ready, Reese? She's ready. Rue's Holistic Pet Supply in Muncie. Need to find out more.
Yeah, that's right. And we will visit Haley Perkins, who is an expert on holistic care for your pet.
Wonderful.
Hello everyone, we are back again. My name is Haley Perkins and I own Rue's Holistic Pet Supplies. I got two new guys for you today. This is Mariah, she's a Whippet, and this is Ava, she's a Great Dane. This is my older dog. For a Great Dane, she just turned 9, I think. Yeah, so for a Great Dane, that's pretty old. She's an old girl, she got a little bit gray. So these guys are gonna help me today talk about flea and tick prevention and some natural flea and tick products. This is a hard subject sometimes because there's a lot of flea and tick medications out on the market, and there's also some like tick-borne diseases and things that our dogs can get. So we want to be very careful with this, but we also want to be careful what preventative we're using. So controversial a little bit in the subject, we have veterinarians that oftentimes will suggest kind of just what they've been told to suggest. And then you have a group of veterinarians that have been doing a really long study on the kind of side effects that those preventatives can cause. And there's a lot of new information coming out within the last 5 years about how those flea and tick products can affect our pets. So some of those products you've probably heard of, like Simparico, Bravecto, NexGard, Comfortis. They're pretty commonly known, and they do work pretty well. The problem that the group of holistic veterinarians have discovered is that every month, over long periods of time, it can build up in the system and start to cause issues like neurological issues, seizures, a lot of inflammation, making the dogs lethargic, and it kind of just builds up in the system and can cause really nasty side effects. So because of that, we're trying to look at some alternatives to having to give those types of things every single month. A lot of different products that I use for my pets. One of those products that I use most often is the spray that I have down here. There are a lot of different flea sprays on the market. I like several of them. Tropiclean, Wondercide, those are really good ones. So I use these sprays on everything. It doesn't stain couches or anything like that. So I am literally spraying it on my couch once a week during flea and tick season. Spraying it on the dogs, spraying it on myself, spray it. It does not hurt, it doesn't sting, it doesn't stain, and it smells amazing actually. Like you can pick your scent, but they smell really good. So during flea and tick season, I use this spray a lot. If we're going hiking, if we're going swimming, if we're doing anything like outside, even just hanging out, it repels mosquitoes and flies. Another really cool thing is the yard spray. So I actually use the yard spray once or twice a year. It works super well, and it kind of repels stuff from the house like spiders and things like that too. So it's really just replacing the pesticide that's in those other things with something that's natural, that's still gonna repel things. They make collars during flea and tick season. We'll wear the natural flea collars, and then they make shampoos. So really, anytime I bathe my dogs, I'm using those flea shampoos because they're natural, so they're not going to dry out the skin or make her really like flaky and stuff. And it doesn't hurt anything, and they smell really good. So I always bathe the dogs in those. That being said, I do want to clarify, when we're talking about flea and tick products specifically, I'm not talking about heartworm preventative. So heartworm preventative is an entirely different subject. That's kind of a monthly thing. There are natural heartworm preventatives out there that you can look up and research, but that is something that you need to be consistent with. Heartworm can happen like one time the dog goes outside, one time a mosquito comes inside. So you definitely don't want to mix the two up, right? Heartworm preventative is needed. However, I will say we 100% of the time do not want to mix flea and tick and heartworm meds. So some of these are like a 3-in-1, and if we think about the effects of that, we're actually putting 3 different pesticides into this little dog's body, and you can imagine how harmful that could be. Now, I do keep NexGard or Comfortis on hand, and like, let's say like NexGard does flea and tick. I go out hiking. We picked the worst time to go hiking. Me and the dogs are both covered in ticks. I'm not gonna get NexGard. I wish that was a thing, but she's gonna get, a NexGard that day, and that's okay. It's really the long-term usage, the every single month, that we're trying to avoid. When I talk to people about if they need monthly flea and tick prevention, some of the things I'm talking about are, do you have a flea problem? Right? Do you have an active infestation of fleas? When your dog goes out to the yard, do they come back in with fleas on them? Most of the time the answer is no. So we may not need to actively take something monthly if we're not having a problem. We can just use some of these resources that we have, and we can manage it from that instead of every single month taking something. If somebody says that they live in a wooded area, maybe we're doing NexGard, and maybe we're doing it for 3 to 4 months in a row, but still not doing that all year long. So we really just need to consider what we're putting into our dog's body, how much we're putting in there, and using some of these natural flea and tick products to just go between those uses maybe and make them happier and healthier. They don't hate it. I can't say that she loves it, but they don't hate it, and it smells really good. I use it as if like the bug spray. Like I just spray this instead, and it's really nice, right? And we want to keep the pests off of them, but we also want to be mindful what we're putting in them.
Now back on Grateful TV, and this lady does so much to help pets and animals. And you have a story about a dog that's gotten a lot of attention. It hasn't been adopted yet. Tell us about Ladybug.
Ladybug.
Ladybug, love that name.
Everybody loves Ladybug. Ladybug also came from Indianapolis Animal Care Services. Ladybug's story is someone left her behind when they moved out of the house.
Oh.
Not only her, Patty, there were 7 dogs that ran out of the home, 7 big dogs. Unfortunately, Ladybug ran out and was hit by a car.
Oh no!
And she broke her pelvis. And
yeah.
so
I've been following this on Facebook too, and she was having trouble walking, but she's made good progress.
She's making progress. I think she's been through a lot of rehab in the last several months. She still pulls it up sometimes, but I've also seen her lunge off and play with the other dogs using that leg. So she's building some strength.
Well, I have a bad knee and I wobble a little bit. There's
That's
nothing
right.
wrong with that.
That's right.
That's okay.
She gets by. We're getting to the point where we wonder if this is this might be the full extent, because she's been at it. She still uses it. She's building muscle on it.
And she's smiling.
She smiles all the time. Ladybug is ready for a home.
Okay.
She must have a home with some playmates, because she cuddles with this little girl.
Okay.
She loves Reese. Needs a playmate, but please check out Ladybug too on our website.
Okay. Well, everybody loves Reese. I think Reese's going to fall asleep. It's a commentary on us talking. I'm going to sleep now. We'll be back with more on Grateful TV.
If you are stressed out about your cat right now, chances are your cat is stressed too. But there's good news for both of you. Today on Grateful Rescues TV, I'm going to share the story of Johnny Storm, my cat who went from stressed out to zened out, thanks to a recommendation from my vet for something we call kitty Prozac. Johnny Storm stormed into our lives as a grateful rescue who immediately won our hearts and the hearts of our other rescue cats. But then one day something changed. What exactly? We don't know. But all of the sudden, our sweet little boy had become the hunter of our innocent little female cat, Melody. It is devastating as a pet parent to see two of your pets not getting along. And as your kitty correspondent and a cat behavior specialist, I was at a loss when those corrective methods that usually will help this type of behavior failed us. And when I say fail, I mean epic fail. One of those methods, calming collars, designed to relax your cats, actually had the exact opposite effect on Johnny Storm. He tore it off, he ripped it apart, and he threw it in his water bowl. He was having none of the calming collar. After ruling out health issues, thankfully, we turned to the knowledge of cat behavior. You see, in the wild, cats are both prey and predator. And even as a house cat, they walk the line of keeping that balance. Johnny Storm was acting in his natural nature of being a predator, while Melody was acting out in her natural nature of being prey. We had to find a way to help them both. That's when our vet suggested a prescription medication called fluoxetine, also referred to as kitty Prozac, a prescription medication that has been proven to help take the edge off cats who are stressed. Seeming to be our last hope, we were very happy to find out that it was easy to administer. As you know, cats aren't always the easiest to give medicine. However, with a tuna-flavored liquid made by our local apothecary, we hid it in a little bit of Johnny Storm's favorite food, and now every day he has his kitty Prozac and doesn't complain. Best of all, it made a huge difference. Within a month, we were able to stop monitoring Johnny Storm and Melody so much and start relaxing. Johnny Storm returned to a happy, playful kitten instead of an instinctual hunter, and Melody was able to walk our house once again free of fear. Sadly, cats like Johnny Storm are often returned to shelters, labeled aggressive and sometimes even unadoptable, when a majority of the time, the cat just needs a little bit of our help. Signs that your cat may be stressed include peeing outside of the litter box, acting aggressive, or hiding and acting fearful. Any of these signs are a good reason to go to the vet.
We thank you. We thank you for helping us, and Grateful TV and gratefulrescue.org. Make sure you go there. Check out all the things that Pamela is doing. Wonderful things. I'm amazed. You're a dear friend. I really, and you're a dear friend. Oh, yeah. So thank you for all that you do again. And don't forget Pit Stop.
Thank you, Patty, and thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you next week on Grateful Rescue TV.
Okay.